What's going on, boy?
There he is. Turn your phone sideways if you can, so we can get you full screen.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Because I know you're bigger than that. Yeah.
Oh shit!
hold on.
Sit down somewhere.
Yes, sir. I'm getting my post workout ready. Hold
Making
on.
me dizzy, man. Damn.
Hey, Carlos said it. Martin posted on Instagram, so let's check it out.
Oh yeah, it was good, man. I saw that. I was impressed with that one.
Oh, Dennis already liked it. Yeah, damn.
I'm impressed with that one. I
The
think
most muscular?
RX.
Most muscular. This shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, Martin he's way more impressive than I thought he would be standing next to guys like Nick. You know, because you remember last week we talked about, Fitzwater being a factor, and I said there's levels to this. You know, and listen, and we just had a conversation regarding Pittsburgh where and we all know, we all not stupid, we all understand that we know Nick in this week, in this next 7 days, he's going to change drastically. No, we know so. So
Yeah.
Nick's still the favorite going into the New York. There's no doubt about that. But it was still great to see you guys standing next to each other because you're bigger than I thought you would be.
Yeah. Yeah, gives you a little preview, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, in general, neither one of us, we did no peak or nothing like that. Both of us are flat. We've both had most of our meals in, most of our water for the day, all those type of things, So, obviously, it's not a good representation of what's going to be on stage this next weekend, but it shows you kind of where we are size-wise, where you kind of are conditioning-wise. Obviously, being flat sometimes it's hard to see how good the conditioning is, obviously, but it gives you a good idea, right? I mean, you guys can see, like, if you know bodybuilding well, like, I'm peeled when you see how flat I am on stage, but you see that you can still see everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was a good representation, and it also shows the shape and how much like shape can make a huge difference, man. My V taper is my dangerous or my X factor, if you will.
Yeah, your face completely changed. Now, I know there's Martin with the kind of, I'm not going to say basketball head, but, a little cooler.
Yeah. No, face is sunk in, man. This is by far the leanest and hardest I've ever been coming into this. So,
What's your body weight?
This morning I was 234.2. So that was it's not the lowest I've been, but right close to the lowest I've been. 233.8 was my lowest I've been all prep.
How much did you weigh last year when you compete in Texas show?
238.
Yeah.
You were
I was 238 again at Detroit on stage, right in there somewhere.
So you saying you are lighter now than you will be on stage?
Yeah. For sure. But we won't have to do too much. So looking at what I did last time, I know I told Milos this in another podcast, but in a 3-day period of time, I ate 4,000 carbs.
Yeah.
So my metabolism just goes psychotic. Usually like the first day we start carbing me up, I end up losing like 2 or 3 pounds just from my metabolism taking off. And then we'll go from there, you guys know how it is. You got to play things by ear. But I'll say this, man, the past 3-4 days is the hardest training has ever been in my life. The most painful everything feels. Getting out of bed is the hardest shit I've ever done on the planet. So I know that I'm ready because I've had struggles and I've been in preps where it's hard, but it's never been like this, man. I texted Brett yesterday about 2 exercises into the training session and was like, man, I sure wish you were here to beat my ass today because I could fucking pack my bag and walk out of the gym right
leave.
Now.
Yeah.
But explain to the audience that they're watching, why is that? You say like hardest. It's not the hardest because you're training the heaviest and most intense. It's because you're drained and starved.
Exactly, yeah. So body fat's low, like you know, the joints aren't lubricated, just nothing feels good. You're not strong. And I'm still trying to move the weight that I always move. You know, I'm trying to hang on to this tissue. I'm trying to make sure it's hard and grainy when we get here. Obviously backing off slightly to make sure that I'm not like super inflamed and stuff on show day, but still trying to push things. And definitely in the midst of that, it's just, yeah, it's grueling, man. And mostly mentally, you know, it's like your body's just telling you like, this hurts. Like you're, you don't want to do this, but you know how it is. It's just you push through. And I know the best thing is I know that my best look is coming. So that's an easy way for me to keep grinding, you know?
What do you see the changes? What do you see the changes going to be from the Detroit show to the New York?
Oh, you're gonna see a drastic step up in conditioning.
Yeah.
I'm 10% better conditioned for sure. Like a harder, grainier. You're still gonna see all the striations and stuff like you saw before, but there's just, I mean, I've seen detail on my physique that I've never seen in my life before. So this is like really cool. My low back's saran wrapped right now. I felt like that was somewhere that could have been tighter in Detroit for sure. It's striated all the way up. Uris posed me this morning and he was like, "Oh, this is classic peeled."
Yeah. So the thing is, when you were in Detroit, I thought you were in second after the prejudging, but then when I saw you at the night show, I had you winning the show. Like, can you tell us a little bit about what went on from the night show to the on the prejudging to the night show?
Yeah, of course, man. So honestly, like plan wise and stuff, I know Milos has heard this too, but we didn't change much. I ate like 100 carbs in between prejudging and finals. I had 200 milliliters of water. I took a quarter of a Dizide, and I slept for like 4 hours.
That made the difference. The sleep.
Honestly, man, I think it was the two biggest factors were sleeping, obviously, and then I truly felt like I won after prejudging. So I know that the cortisol kind of just fell off. You know, like any stress that I had, it was kind of gone. Whereas, like, you know, I mean, that was a big thing for me. Is like I took 18 months off. I wanted to make sure that I showed out and that everybody saw that I like went and made the improvements that I needed to make. So after seeing the response and stuff online of like, wow, Marty came back and he was so good, I think that helped ease my mind. And I think that probably helped me drop a lot of water in general. But then also just kind of like that, you know, like I said, sleeping, relaxing, just kind of getting off your feet and staying in that mode of just like finish the job. It's not over yet. I think that made a huge difference as well. But like I said, like not much between as far as food and those type of things was really changed. It was just a matter of relaxing and making sure.
So it's Tuesday. I assume you're depleting.
Yes. Today is well, you know, Milos, you laughed last time, but you know, I've done 0 cardio this entire prep. I haven't done 1 stairs. I don't count steps. I don't do any of that stuff. We just train our asses off and make sure to burn the food that we get, you know. But yeah, so depleting today. This is my last day of pushing hard. I know a lot of people are going to laugh and say like this is their high day or something, but I get 300 carbs today. And that's literally feels
that's depleting for you.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like I'm dying. I'm not gonna lie. So
with no cardio?
With no cardio. Yeah, with no cardio.
Get that.
That's high. Hey, that's high carbs for others.
Yeah. So that's I hate saying
that's a loaded percent.
Yeah, but how old are you?
27.
Yeah, no wonder.
Yeah, I'm just a baby, man.
You still got that
metabolism.
Yeah, you still got that young kid metabolism. Yeah, but hey.
Yeah, listen, and now because Dennis is huge on cardio, right? So I see him making that face like, holy shit, you're not doing cardio. So the normal question would be, why would you not consider cardio? You know, if you're in a fat burning phase.
Right. I mean, so we look at this in a couple different ways, right? One is that if I do cardio, he's probably going to have to feed me more in general somewhere. Especially like early on in the prep when my food is super high, right? And that I'm already at the point usually where I'm that point in the off season where and going into a prep where I'm like, if you feed me one more ounce of food, I'm gonna punch you in the face. So I do not want any more food. And then two is that I hold on to way more muscle if I can just put all my effort into training. So I'm not tired and beat up or anything like that going into a session. I come in the morning, I pose, go through a couple rounds, I get 2 meals in, and then Brett and I do everything in our power to make sure that the training session absolutely destroys me and burns everything that I need. And that way, you know, I feel like everything goes towards bodybuilding in general. Everything is there. I feel like the main purpose for cardio is just heart health. And I know that in those sets that I'm doing, drop sets and things like that in a hack squat, where I'm in there for 4 minutes, I know that's a great cardio session for my heart in general, you know? So that's more like HIIT. And then I would say that if anything, I maybe do a bit of junk volume, if you want to call it that. That's like I'm just burning calories versus maybe building muscle. But I love lifting weights. I don't love being on a treadmill. I can't stand doing cardio. I'm not gonna lie.
Here, but did you say if you give me another bite, I'm gonna punch you in the face? In a sense, like
Another ounce.
so much food. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? What is your top day when you were like suffering, eating?
I don't understand how he can suffer now at 300 grams of carbs. I would be happy as hell.
This is now low, but back when he started pushing,
I know, but he's suffering.
Okay, well,
I'm still
I
trying
wanna
to. I'm still trying to understand. Suffer at 300 grams. That's
So-
like 6 meals with 60 grams or 50 grams of carbs.
yeah.
Peak off-season food, Milos.
Good shit.
I was doing 8 meals a day. We were doing about 1,200 carbs a day. My calories were like almost 8,000 of clean food every day.
Here again.
So you just, yeah, I mean, you know, it's like one day of that is fine. But day after day after day, you start to be like, you just kind of start to hate food in general.
Yeah, and you're young. But yeah, I used to carb up, and I used to have a hard time carving up because I was asked to eat more, but it was just like I'm sitting there like I just don't want to eat it, you know. So I get it.
So
I wish I would have
Yeah,
had
so
that. I
for
wish I would have had that problem.
Detroit, we were doing 9 meals a day, and my meals were like 550 grams of rice cooked, you know, because it's like he was doing like 170 grams raw. So when I made it with the water, it come out to be like 550 grams of rice. He
So-
did obviously lower the protein some, just for digestive purposes in general, and like we don't need to build muscle in those days. But yeah, so my meals were huge, man. You know, 9 meals of like 500 grams of just rice plus whatever else I got to eat on top of it.
Yeah.
Damn.
So you had close to like 140, 135, 140 grams of carbs per meal.
That was like, I started carbing up on Thursday. We did 800. Friday was 1,200. Saturday was 1,300 plus 2 muffins. And then on Sunday before the show, we got in like 2 or 3 meals, and they were all 100 carbs apiece.
And I'm hearing he's going to be there in New York with you.
Yep.
That's going to be
So
good.
I have a feeling I'm going to be 5 to 10% better just because he'll get to be here in person and see it live action, you know?
So how do you see yourself measure up next to Nick? There is a lot of Instagram comparisons, you and him. I think
I'm
Dennis told me that one.
Where do you see yourself
I
placing?
mean, first it's apples and oranges, right? With Nick and I. You got completely different physiques. I think I have all of the tools to beat Nick, in my opinion. I have the small waists. I have the big quads. Those are the things that he doesn't have. But it's going to be a battle, man. I know Nick's top 3 in the world, so it's not like I think that I'm just going to go in there and kick his ass or anything like that. It's going to come down to who can pose the longest, who's going to get gassed in posing, how transitions go.
So, by listening to you right now, this sounds like you think this is just a two-man fight.
I think it will be Nick and I battling for the title, yes.
Yeah, so you don't see anybody in that lineup that has a legitimate shot of battling with you and Nick, or even possibly beating you?
I think Quentin is good, but he's not big enough yet. I think Tonio is good, but he is a 212er. And I think it will be Nick and I battling for the top spot, man, honestly.
So what makes you think, so you think Tony is too small?
Yeah, I do.
Really?
I do.
What does Tony weigh? What do you guys think what he weighs? I think he's in his 230.
It got to be under 220, right?
We weighed about 218 at Brazil, from what I heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, let's give a credit to Tonio. He creates illusion. He has that round muscle belly, shoulders popping, crazy back. Yeah, I think he can. You don't want to hear this. I think, but he can beat you from the back. You know, your back is good. Okay. Yeah, I think so. You're gonna demolish him from the side for sure, right? And then, you know, all the other poses. Yeah, I gave you a notch over him. But just when you look at the back double biceps, Tonio is a killer. I promise. Mm-hmm. Yours is very, very good. It's still, you're going to probably lose that pose to Nick. Nick back double biceps. Yeah? So I don't know if you strategize, okay, it's going to be me and Nick. Front relax, we're going to front double biceps and lat spread. And how are you going to hit the pose? When are you going to hit the pose? What are you going to do to get the attention?
Hit it first, and stop it last. You hit as soon as they call it, you hit it.
First one in it, last one out of it.
And aggressive.
100%. And the thing is I agree with you in some ways, Milos, for sure. These guys, like in some of the poses, they have more density maybe than me or something, or more roundness than me. I'm going to tell you right now, they do not have more detail than me. Neither one of these two are close to me in detail right now. I'm striated top to bottom and everything, and that's going to make a huge factor.
Hey, Martin,
that's what I wanted to see out of you was more separation, more density. Like, I mean, I say density, but more separation throughout your body. I thought that's what you were needing more of.
That's what came with 5 more weeks of dieting, Chris.
Yeah, good. I was going to say just this, sorry to interrupt. It's very easy to kiss ass and give compliments, right? Oh, yeah. I like to point out, listen, I love your physique. I think you're complete dangerous. And as I said to you, I think in Detroit, you were picked perfectly. I mean, filled up perfectly. You were just not lean enough. So we did 5 weeks of dieting, and as you're saying, you're seeing shit you've never seen before. Mm-hmm. Holy crap, right? So it's going to be super dangerous. My feeling was that Nick was still overpowering you in size. You know, when
100%.
When I watched it, right? So you're going to have to create the illusion of a size. Like, I love your side chest. I think that, you know, Dancy also, I love your side poses, you know. I like your back shots, but Nick is crazy on the back double biceps. Antonio is dangerous there, you know. So
I think we don't know anything until we see them stand next to each other.
I'm flying out.
Go ahead, finish. Milos, finish.
Yeah, let me tell you this one also. I know that when Dennis was coaching Rami back in the day and had him pose, he would say, first into the pose, last out of the pose. You know, I understand that. But the pose that you might be losing, it's not a good idea, right? So you strategize, you hit it and move around and hit the other way. You know, so you have to be a little bit more strategic. It's not like, okay, here it is. Each pose requires different. I hear you already. You're counting on transitions, keeping it tight, and all that stuff. That's super, super important. But look, human eye, judges are humans, are going with the movement. Okay.
100%.
If somebody is static, somebody is moving, it's just natural to,
100%.
So you have to, kind of do that shit as well.
Mm-hmm. No,
so,
absolutely. So, I mean, yesterday I got worked for like about an hour and a half, maybe somewhere in there, by Steve, of what he wants to see out of me, what little changes he wanted to see, as well as doing a few of those things like you're talking about, where he was like, pick your quad up and step it down 2 or 3 times in this pose because your quad looks absolutely disgusting top to bottom. Like, keep showing it off, keep doing those things. So that's kind of what I mean about the detail, is that like I'm just going to continue to show those finer little details that like I know these other guys don't have, or they're not conditioned enough yet to show it. Okay. The lucky thing is, man, is like I was ready 5 weeks ago. A lot of these guys were getting ready for this show. So I've just had more time to just beat this detail into me and see what I can get out of my body. Right. I had nothing to lose coming into this. So like if we ran my body into the ground trying to get more detail out of it, it was okay. But that's not what happened. We just got better and better. So I'm like, I literally cannot wait to see what this turns out to be, honestly.
Are you on the East Coast then?
Yeah, I'm already in New York.
I want to get back to what Milos said just now,
Pittsburgh.
Because Milos just tried to give you an advice. I'd like to figure out what poles are you suggesting him not to hit first. Are you suggesting him to hit his back double biceps last?
So yeah.
But you talking about the pose down or
no? He's talking about Milos. Milos was.
You look at the dynamics. Okay. Front double biceps, Martin knows he has that crazy V-taper he's doing with the vacuum, but he's going...
Martin has a fucking crazy back fucking double biceps.
Martin, yes.
So, but which pose are you suggesting he hits last because it's not his best pose?
It's not last. It's like playing with it. You don't stay in it for too long. I mean, back double biceps is one of those.
But Milos, you know how this works. So now I call the pose as a judge. Let's see, there's not like it was back in the days when there was 3 people. Now there's 6, possibly 7. You don't want to wait.
There's going to be 2 of them.
I understand this, but what I'm saying is if there's 6 or 7 in the first call out and they call out back double biceps, you want to go in first because I want to see you. I don't want to start here and then by the time I get to you, I'm already calling the next pose. So I understand what you're saying.
And when you hit a pose, you have time for that pose to increase and get better as the blood gets into that area.
Do you remember, guys, what I said last week when I said I compare Martin's back double biceps a little bit to Phil, that 3D-ish look? And do you guys recall when Phil hits the back double biceps? It takes about 2 seconds, 3 seconds for him to fully fucking open all this detail up. It's like you turn on the lights.
Yeah, well,
I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. I'm not even bullshitting.
Chris, check your cell phone.
Yeah, check the cell phone and show us. Listen,
yeah, send them what you sent me.
Yeah. I sent you a rear double bicep.
Why, Martin, why they are having and I don't have anything?
All right.
I don't have your number, Milos. I don't think.
I should have got to you.
It goes.
Yeah, but I like the one he sent me yesterday, though.
You can see a lot more.
Right.
Yeah, I'll send Chris that one from yesterday too.
Yeah, I want to see that.
So, you got Milos' advice. Now I'm gonna give you mine. Hit the pose first, and stay in there until they call the next pose. I don't care. I would do it. We don't always have to agree. We don't always have to.
Yeah, of course. How long can you pop the lats out to keep them out? Even this pose that you just showed me.
When you practice posing, and I will give you an example, Ramy in 2020, you could have posed Ramy for 2 hours.
Literally.
He won the Olympia in 2020 basically because he was the only one that didn't fade.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I watched at Texas. I felt like that's how Andrew won too. He just outposed Hunter. That's it.
Yes, absolutely true. And this is your job.
The best you ever look right here.
Your job is to pose and to hold the pose. And if you could do that, that means you prepared. You know, you could be the best condition in your fucking life. If you can't hold a shot, it's not gonna come across. You know.
On that note, Martin is going to be fully loaded with glycogen because so he can last much longer. And you see, there are muscles when you squeeze, they get harder with a longer contraction, and there are some that it makes no difference, and kind of you lose the feeling, and then you lose them. I mean, I don't know who can flex the legs and keep them flexed for like 1 minute.
I tell you who can do it if he follow what you told me 20 years ago or 25 years ago. You should don't flex your legs, tilt your hips.
Okay.
And that's it.
Years ago?
Yeah.
Holy.
Hey, Milo, check yourself.
Very impressive, man. Very impressive.
Check your
It's
phone.
exactly 25 years, Milos. In 1999, you told me this.
Holy shit. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Martin.
I never seen that many cuts on you before, brother.
Yeah.
Sure.
No, he looks. I'm telling you guys, he's going to be definitely.
Yeah.
Here's the good thing. You just guest pose in Pittsburgh next to Nick Walker, so there's no possible fucking way in the fucking world for you to get overlooked. Even though it's a huge lineup, 19 guys.
Oh, and there's
And you know, and yeah, there's a couple of guys in there.
heavy hitters. There's definitely, man, there's a lot of good bodybuilders in here. And like me saying that it's going to be Nick and I is like, that's just confidence and me believing in myself. But like, there's a lot of good bodybuilders in here. Don't get me wrong.
Look at
these pictures.
Look at both of
These
them.
pictures
Mouth wide open
look
like.
at Milos's mouth.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
It's a holy shit. It's holy shit, really.
Yeah.
Okay, this
No,
is today?
That was yesterday. I'm more depleted today, but I didn't take pictures. We only took a video, so that's why I sent those pictures. But
Yeah.
Do you guys know the complete lineup?
I told you, Milo,
All right.
that I was gonna be peeled out of my mind for this and make sure
It
of
looks
it.
like it.
And that was the only goal.
You know, when Chris showed this picture, you couldn't see it because it was too bright, right? But if you really close up, this is how you do it, Chris. Now you can see.
Thank you, Milos. Thank you.
Yeah, you're doing that, you know. Come
Thanks,
on.
Milos.
All right,
Listen,
let's go to the lineup. Let's go to the lineup and just mention who do we think has a shot at top 6. Christopher Benner. Christopher Benner is a guy he's originally from Denmark. He does live in Sweden. And that's his pro debut, I think.
Okay, interesting.
you made
I
it.
haven't seen his physique before.
He's a big dude. I mean, he's probably the biggest guy in the show, but he's super tall. He's about 6'3", 6'4".
Okay.
You know, Milos, who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
You work with him too.
Yeah.
Then we have from Germany Tim Budesheim, who's
He's gonna look good.
crazy conditioned. We have Tonya Burton. We have Volodymyr Bayruk, Angel Calderon.
Will be good.
We have Marc Dautrouche, I think it's French. Then we have fucked up names, I'll tell you this much. I don't know if this is a D or J. Jonathan Duncan. Then we have Quentin. We got Martin. We have Ethan Grossman, Harry Harris, Dorian Haywood, Keely Kujala. I've never heard of 2/3 of the people. Joseph Queston, Emir Omarik, Emir from Germany. You also know who that is. Omerachik, Justin Rodriguez, and Milan Sadek. And we have Stuart Sutherland and Christian Volsky. I mean, listen, it's a much bigger lineup than I thought it would be. And if I have to pick the top 6 right off the bat, I'm start from the bottom. I'm going to start with Martin, Quentin, Angel, Tonio. Oh, wait, why is there no Nick Walker on this lineup?
Yeah, I saw that.
Nick's
I
missing.
don't know what the hell.
So I was missing Nick. So we got Nick, Martin, Tonio, Quentin, who did I just say?
How about beef stew?
He's always, he's what's his real name?
Stuart Sutherland.
Oh yeah, he's here. So beef stew and Tim Budesheim, top 6.
Yeah, that's who I would pick too.
If Tim Budesheim does not make the top 6, then I put Angel Calderon in there.
Okay.
I've seen a
Did
picture.
you see him guest posing this weekend?
Yeah, I see just a couple of pictures, not posing.
Bro,
You know, these
bro,
days.
this dude is
Yeah.
peeled. This dude is peeled.
Well,
Yeah.
he just stood next to me at the gym. He's a little bit itty bitty.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bro, these two 12
Ooh.
guys, man. I mean, they're like 4 foot tall, you know?
How
Come on.
how
I
tall?
think you say 5'2".
How tall are you? How tall are you, Martin?
I'm
5'6" or
5'7".
5'7".
Yeah, right in there. Yeah. Well, and I'm still short as shit, man. But so if they're shorter than me, they're short.
Yeah.
Chris Aceto sent me the picture of Emir Omeragic.
He's-
That's how you say it. Omeragic.
Oh yeah,
right?
he's good.
He's peeled.
He's,
also.
young, right?
he's really peeled. He's young. He's young. He's
Crazy peeled. Yeah, crazy peeled.
But his legs, if he can bring his legs up, everybody's in
Legs from the front,
everybody's
yeah,
in
that-
trouble.
that's the one thing. Hopefully.
But a young kid, he might be 25, 26 now.
Yeah, he's definitely like young like that. For
Yeah.
sure.
But he gets super shredded too.
This picture's phenomenal. Okay, phenomenal.
So do you
Man,
change?
you got the
So
fucking-
are you still saying he should wait with the back double biceps?
Yeah, no, Dennis. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Martin.
I want
Take
to
the
bring a little
take
fun
the
in this
pose and you hold the
conversation.
pose. Well, hold on a second. If you
Martin.
can possibly lose, right? You hit it and move around and hit it again. So 2, 3, 4 seconds of a maximum contraction, or holding it and kind of fading it.
Yeah,
That's
but
poses.
what makes you think that he's holding it and he's going to fade, and Nick, let's say Nick
Because I've
next
seen
to
hundreds
him.
of people posing.
uh,
I've seen hundreds of people. Look.
Okay,
most
yeah, I'm
muscular,
try- I'm-
you can
I just-
squeeze and hold squeezing more,
Okay,
more.
all right.
You're gonna be better.
Here's what I'm trying to say, Milos.
Okay.
What makes you think that if he stands next, let's say Nick, let's put Nick's next, well, any Quentin, and it's now back double biceps. Now they all start at the same time. What makes you think he's going to fade first?
Okay.
Maybe Nick fades
yeah,
before him, and that would help him.
I'm gonna go extra step. Extra step. Sorry. Sorry. Can I do this? All right. and this is my opinion here. Beautiful, right? Detail, everything here. For me, he's still squeezing rear delts more than lats. Okay? So lats didn't pop out completely.
Hey.
What Chris
You see the striations in the
For me,
glutes?
it's the back
Chris,
dog.
Milos, you guys see the striations?
Oh, hell yeah. Listen,
Hey.
hell yeah.
Huh?
So
You guys,
here.
you guys wish you had some
Chris,
striations.
you explain it, because this is one thing I was learning from Chris, and Chris didn't tell you and me, Dennis, back in the day when we competed against
Yeah,
him.
he didn't say shit to me. He didn't say shit to me.
You guys didn't want to help me at all.
Yeah, he sabotaged. He tried to sabotage me.
I can help you get fuller than that.
You tried to sabotage me, and then you
didn't wanna
fucking,
do that.
and then you
So,
say
Chris,
I left
explain
you
how
hanging.
You were teaching, so you get the back muscles into the judges, right? But also that lat portion, you flex your legs. So when you flex it and you feel it pop, right? And that's a dominant, not rear delt. Most of the people,
When you get to
are
that point.
having a dominant rear delt in that pose.
So give him an advice how to fix it.
No, so he's doing everything right. Okay. Listen,
I tell you,
I don't want to
Martin,
go against.
I give you an
That's
advice.
state of the art.
Okay, Martin.
State of the art. It cannot be better. Beautiful.
Martin.
Yes. What do you see here? He's too narrow.
We're talking about-
Shoulders and elbows have to come out.
I thought they were going away from that type of pose.
I thought
Yeah.
I thought Chris is the one that's already critiquing every fucking pose on everybody. Martin,
No, but
let me give you an advice. In your back double biceps, when you get to the point where you feel that what Milos just said, that you're losing it, do what everybody's doing. Go back, open up again. Play with it. Let the fucking back sing a song for everybody. That's what
I'm gonna when I do that, Dennis, I'm gonna do the Phil Heath and I'm gonna pop my arms
There
open.
you go. Play with it.
Nice
There you
little
go.
that teres major and teres minor area, get some pressure in there, and try to get a little bit more width right there too.
Hey,
You said you come in on Thursday, right, Chris?
Yeah, Thursday
Let's
night.
pose a little bit if you got some
there you
time.
go. There you go.
Have time.
I watched Martin's posing. I don't know if you guys pay attention to his. He flows like a butterfly. Everything makes sense. Everything is perfect. I told you this the last time. I analyze everybody. So now, as Dennis is listening and your coach Stefan, right? These poses, you hit it with your original intent and how you normally do it. Now, the pose that I just showed you, think, what do you want to accomplish in that side front triceps? You want a width, right? So if you're here, you don't see it. When you're here, you see much more. So you want to take the space. And that's going to be able to show the detail here and here. And with somebody as wide as Nick is fucking wide, right?
Yep.
You need to create the illusion that you can be compared in the width. I mean, that's why I told you, strategize.
So that was some things that actually Steve worked on me with a little bit, was just a few things about width that we actually worked on. So I'm interested. I'll send you some pictures from today's posing because I implemented the changes before. Those are before I worked with Steve that you're seeing there. But yeah, so they're definitely going into this, just like you saw between prejudging and finals at the other show. I made some tweaks. So I don't know if you guys paid attention, but I hit side tricep completely different at finals. I hit my front lat spread a little different at finals. And all of those were same thing, Milos. We went and looked at the videos. We said, hey, I could be wider here. Hey, I can be better here. So definitely look at those things and definitely see, where we think we can beat Nick and what we need to accentuate. Like you said, like I said earlier, like, I know my strengths are my waist and my quads. So anytime that I get to show those off versus his waist and his quads, I need to do so, right? I know those little things, and going into it, definitely thinking about those and considering those things. Like I said, I know that knocking off number 3 in the world is like one of the hardest things to do on the planet, right? So
but you know where that puts you, though. You know where that will put you, right?
Absolutely. And I know that no matter what, it's only a matter of time if I don't do it now. But I think that we got all the tools to do it now, man. I'm really excited for this. And I know, like, I truly, truly believe in Stefan with all my heart, which makes it, like, that much easier and more fun. It's like, I know that no matter what, he's going to make me the best I've been on stage. And that's a really exciting feeling.
Hey, Martin, I feel like you have a better aura about you. I think your energy is different from years before. Can you tell us a little bit about your circle around you? I feel like that's one thing that can be a powerful weapon. Your world that you keep, in front of you.
Tell us about your fish aquarium.
Yeah, man. So honestly, this has been, this has been the best year of my life, and it is just because of the people around me and what I've done, to make that happen. So as you guys know, or have, that have followed me for a long time, I trained with Brett every day back in 2019, 2020, 2021. And those are some of the best progress I ever made, as well as the best my mindset ever was, So 8 weeks out from Detroit, I said, Brett, hey, I want to come out and train like I did. I was helping push him for the Olympia before he got sick, and things were really clicking then. So I said, hey, I'm going to come out and train. Let's finish this prep, and I'll make a decision after that. And I was there for about 4 weeks, and I said, I'm moving to Florida. I'm going to be here full time. We're going to train every day together. Like, I know this is the best for me, and I couldn't have a better corner in that situation. As you guys know, getting with Stefan, just, Branch was a great coach, but it was kind of more of a collaboration. And I still felt like I was making a lot of decisions for myself, which is awesome as a bodybuilder. And you learn a ton about your body and how it works and what doesn't work. But I was ready to just hand the reins to somebody and say, like, I want you to have full control, and you do your thing, and I'm just going to shut up and be a robot and listen. So that has also taken a lot of ease and stress off my mind. I have the best significant other on the planet. She makes my life easy. She's a high-level competitor, so she understands it as well. She's gotten 13th at the Olympia in wellness, and so she gets it. She's a big part of it. So that's been a big factor too. And then, just the time off, man. I took that time off not only to grow outside or in the gym, but outside of the gym. I knew that I was kind of a shithead kid that wanted this so bad. I was forcing it and trying so hard that it was bleeding into my personality. It was like I was wanting it so bad. I was pushing people away and being a jerk to people and stuff. And
I want to get to that.
That wasn't me though. So in hindsight, I looked back in my downtime and I said, like, who do I want to be as a person? Who do I want people to see me as? Early on in my career, everybody saw me as the person who loves bodybuilding more than anything, because it changed my life. It kept me out of trouble. It kept me from being that shithead kid. So I wanted to get back to that. I wanted people to see, like, this sport is something beautiful, and it will change your life, especially if you have the right people in your corner. So I took a lot of time in the past year and a half and really put a lot of effort in that. I went through some counseling even.
Awesome.
And like, I truly tried to grow as a person, like I said, in all aspects.
So happy for you, man.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
It means a lot.
That's a good thing, for real. Because I in the beginning, and I didn't know about all this, because I heard that you edge on with a lot of people and, a lot of internet wars and stuff. I was like, I never saw it. So, but it's good to see that you change, because sometimes, especially with this social media nowadays, people trying to say, how can I create some kind of hype? You know what I mean? And it's not always the right move to do, is start talking shit to people or start challenging people where sometimes to be humble, not all the time, sometimes stay humble, and that gets you further, But it's good to see that you understood and you came back to where you really want to be. Now, Nick is a very confident person, okay?
100%.
So Nick, there's no doubt in Nick's mind that he's not going to just win the show, that he's going to dominate the show.
Right.
So now when you really, you look at yourself, and I know you said, you said it twice, that I have the tools.
Yep.
Everybody has the tools. I mean,
That's right.
in the top 5, everybody has the tools to beat Nick if Nick would be off. Now, what do you really believe is going to happen this Saturday? And that's why I'm going to ask you, because this is going to air Friday.
Yeah.
Not Saturday, it's going to air Friday. So I'm asking you right now, for your top 6, for this year's New York Pro, which will air Friday, and what I'm going to ask him as a competitor, what he thinks the top 6 is going to be like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, I mean, obviously, like I said, with confidence, I'm going to beat Nick, man. I think I can beat Nick, and I'm going to. We're going to bring the best physique we can. And beauty beats mass when beauty is detailed and peaked perfectly.
Make sense.
Derek and Hadi have shown that, man. We've seen it over and over the past couple of years. So I'm going in with the confidence, knowing that I have a similar physique to Derek, and if I can bring the conditioning in detail like he does at the Olympia, that I can knock off somebody like Nick. So I put it as me. I truly know that Nick is in one of those leagues of his own. So these other guys, I don't know if they can beat him. I don't know what their confidence level is in themselves, and I don't know where they believe they can stand with.
But let's not beat anybody with confidence. If you look at the other guys, who do you think who you think has the most, after you, the most tools to challenge Nick?
I think Quentin does, honestly.
Quentin. So would you have Quentin in third?
I do. I think Quentin will be in third, right there with Tonio. I think it will be very, very close, purely because both are going to be in great shape. Both are beautiful X frames and really great muscle bellies. I do see Tonio looking a bit more dense than Quentin, and I see Quentin looking like he still needs a bit more size. So I don't know
So it could go either way.
Who just depending on that factor alone. It's like, how thick does Quentin look? If he looks like he has enough density, because Tonio still doesn't have enough density to be one of the open guys that you're like, holy shit, he's one of the dense guys, you know?
Have you seen, I'm sorry, have you ever seen Quentin in real life?
Yeah. Trained with him in Texas. You know,
Big
and
cat,
we competed together in Texas and both decided to take like a year and a half off right at the same time. So we've both made huge improvements, man. So I can't say that he didn't go to the drawing board and end up making improvements like me. Maybe he did. But that's a huge frame to fill out, man.
Right.
You know, in Texas, right? You beat in Texas, yeah.
Yes, sir. The only bodybuilder that's beat me recently is pretty much Andrew.
So who you have in fifth and sixth?
I think I'm right there with you. I see Tim and Stu being right there. Probably Stu ahead of Tim. Stu's going to be peaked very well. Him and Blue have been together a long time. They're worked together a long time, and I think that they'll continue to kind of bring that same look that Stu has brought to the stage each time. They do a good job with that. And he went and put on some more tissue. I feel like his physique has some gaps. Some of them are maybe just posing that he could fix, but just still missing a few little things there. And then Tim is kind of hit or miss. I've seen him look insane on Instagram every time, but haven't really seen it translate to stage the same. So it's just kind of hard to say if it's going to be nailed or not. But from the pictures, man, he looks very impressive and very conditioned. I know Uris is training with him today, and Uris and I will train tomorrow. So I'll get the lowdown on how peeled he actually is. But I do think he'll be right in that 5th, 6th range.
Awesome. What do you call him? Uris or Urs?
Uris.
Uris.
Urs, yeah.
Urs.
Okay. I say Uris.
It's not Urs and it's not Urs. It's Urs.
Urs.
Like the Lamborghini.
All right.
Okay. So we have Martin winning. That's Martin's. Nick second, Quentin's third, Tonio, Stu, and Tim. I'm bringing it to you, Mr. The Real Deal. Give us your deal. Who you got? Who you have winning?
I still have to go with Nick first.
Okay.
I do have Martin. I have Martin. You surprised me today, I got to tell you. I had you, I think, 4th or 5th last week.
Okay, I can hold
Moving
on.
you up to 2nd.
I can tell you exactly where you had him.
All right.
I'm moving up to 2nd because I didn't realize that you had improved.
Chris had you in 5th last week.
Yeah. And so, but I didn't realize you improved that much. But that's what I was wanting from you when I saw you last compete. And I was telling these guys, no, I'd like to see more separation. I saw more separation in him last year when he did the show in Texas.
Okay, so who you have in second, Chris?
Second him.
Oh, so you put Martin in second now. Okay. Who you have in third?
You got Quentin, Tonio, Stu, Angel.
Yep.
Got you.
That's fair. Yeah.
It's really fair.
Yeah, Martin, why were you just drinking from the can?
Oh, it's just a energy drink.
But
last day I get carbonation.
Martin, I'm super impressed with you, man. You did a fucking hell of a job, you and your team, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in person in a couple of days.
All right, Milos.
Yeah, text me when you get in, please, and let me know.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Listen, one thing that we forgot to do is to give Martin a credit. Mr. Olympia qualifier, no need to do the show, decides to still stay on track and take a chance. nobody is doing
But-
this for years.
But the thing is, he's wanting to get better. You get that,
Yes.
get that
And listen to this.
experience. You get to know your body more.
No,
and
you know what I think is the best part about this is he gets to stand next to a top 3 guy. And that's what you need going into the Olympia.
and feel confident he can take him.
Yeah.
I mean, my hat is off to you, Martin. Yeah.
All right.
But
All right.
listen, I'm still as a former Nick Walker hater president, I'm gonna be his biggest supporter. I think that Nick is gonna be very hard to beat. With as great as you look right now. I mean, I love you.
Of course.
It's
No,
just gonna-
Look, I'm not going to take any offense to that, guys. He's number 3 in the world. I
Yeah.
totally understand, and I expect people to expect number 3 in the world to beat me. I've never even been to the Olympia, right? So, like, I totally understand that. But you seeing those pictures now, I know it changed your perspective on what you think I can do.
Yeah.
Milos
I had you
had you...
second for sure.
Yes, second.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
because
remember,
you know
but
how great Martin is.
you else knew though.
Yeah, and right now this is
something I
the
didn't
best
know.
you've ever- you have a look. It's a crazy. Okay.
Third place.
Clinton is my favorite physique. I would love to see him third. And I have a feeling that, yeah, he's going to be still like, wow, sight to see, improved, maybe not big enough, therefore not contesting for first and second, but good enough to beat Tonio. So I'm going to have a Quinton third. I'm going to move Tonio in front of Beef Stew. Last week, we saw some lat spread and back shots of Beef Stew, and I was very much impressed. But
We improved.
yeah, very improved, but still that shape, hashtag bodybuilding round, you know, I would give third to Quinton, fourth to Tonio. Now, fifth, I'm going to still go with the Beef Stew, even though the Tim Budashine and Amir Omeragic can be a surprise of the show. Amir is a next kind of peel guy that is working with Chris Aceto, and I think he put some size. Back double biceps is freaky. You know, it has a potential to squeak in. But anyway, Nick, Martin, Quinton, Tonio, and I'm going to go with the Beef Stew still.
And who's sixth?
Tim Budashine. Or
It's only either or.
Tim.
Okay.
Because Tim is crazy ripped.
All
and
right.
I think he improved in a width.
Awesome. That was a good prediction. We'll get that out on Friday. So we'll see you on Saturday. We have something great to talk about next week, that's for sure. Martin, we wish you nothing but the best.
Yep.
And go out there, kill it. You already qualified for the Olympia, so you ain't got to worry about that. So you can literally go in just handling business. You know,
Sir.
I'm not gonna be there. I mean, Chris is gonna be there. Is there a live stream?
I think so. Yeah. I'm pretty sure there is.
Hope so.
All right, so I'm gonna be watching the live stream. Me and Milos, we're gonna be doing our own.
Is this your last depletion workout?
Yep.
Last
Tomorrow,
Yeah.
tomorrow I'll start getting a little food in, so pump a little food around tomorrow.
Are you in New York already?
And I hope to.
Yes,
I
sir.
hope to get
Oh,
an
okay, so-
interview with you after the show.
All
Yeah,
right.
of course, Chris. We're gonna catch up before and after, my brother.
Bring in my suit, man.
All right, guys.
Awesome, man.
All right, take care, champ. Be safe and good luck this weekend. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you all.
Boys.
Peace out.